it's time to make my favorite childhood dish, baked ziti. I don't know about you, but this with a little bit of garlic cheesy bread was gonna hit every single time. And if the cheese ain't pulling like this, you gotta do it again. Now let's get into how I made this cheesy, meaty, baked ziti. And yeah, that rhymed. Now the ingredients for this are gonna be real simple. I'm gonna use 80-20 ground beef. You can use 93.7 if you want to. Then I got some Italian sausage mild because my sons do not like spicy that much. I have some roughly chopped peppers, onions, and some garlic. You're going to blend those later, so don't worry about how big they're chopped. Some tomato sauce in the can. And yes, you can use store-bought pasta sauce. Then the ziti noodles and the chicken broth, which I'm going to boil my ziti noodles in the chicken broth. And yes, you can add chicken bouillon to some water or just simply some salt. Just simply love the flavor that it gives the pasta while it cooks. And since I use half water and half chicken broth, I added some more salt to this. Yes, I have my own salt and pepper shakers. Hey! And it's okay for the water to be salty. Do not be scared. It's just some pasta water. It's going to be all right. Once I got the water all nice and salty like my eggs, I went ahead and put it on the stove at a high heat to boil while I work on my meat. Whoa. To a hot, deep skillet, add a little bit of grapeseed oil because I'm going to saute my vegetables in this for a few minutes. Add your roughly chopped vegetables and cook it for a few minutes just to get it nice and soft. Of course, we season our vegetables with a little bit of salt and pepper. It never hurt nobody. Season everything a little bit while cooking. Everything will come out 10 times better. Trust me on that. Once I season them up, I cook them down for about 3 to 5 minutes. I do not want to burn them. Also do not want to undercook them because I'm going to blend these later and put them in the sauce and in my meat. Now, you can cook this on a medium to low heat. You do not have to have the heat that high because you do not want to burn it, as I stated earlier. A good way to tell if it's almost done is by the smell of it. Your house should smell so good right now. And once it looks like this, it is ready to go. Take them out and put them in a tall cup. Not having an immersion blender like I do, you could put these in a mixer or even a blender. You just want to blend it till it gets nice and smooth, like me. It should be a bit chunky, like me, but also should be smooth, looking like this. If you ever made green season, it's the same process, just less vegetables. I always say this is my way of sneaking the veggies in because don't nobody want no large chunks of peppers and onions in their pasta sauce. To the same pan that you cook your vegetables in, you're going to add your ground beef and your ground pork. And we're going to cook these down until they get fully cooked. And I mean fully cooked, no pink. If you don't eat pork, you can leave it out and just add some more ground beef. If you don't eat ground beef or pork, you can substitute it with turkey meat. Turkey meat, you're going to have a lot more seasonings to it because turkey is bland. I did all this cooking in my Aisha Curry deep skillet pan. Once it get cooked down halfway, I'm going to add my Italian seasoning. It really doesn't matter which one you use, just use your favorite one and add as much as you need to. You can taste test as you go. So you can start with a little bit and add more if needed. Then you already know I'm coming in with Mr. Make It Happen's all-purpose seasoning. Add a little bit if you need to and then add more as you go on. Low in sodium so you can come hot and heavy with that if you need to. Also taste test once your meat is fully cooked as you go. When it comes to breaking up the meat, I like to use a wooden spoon because it's easier to chop down on the chunks of ground beef and ground pork. Metal utensils on my non-stick pans are unauthorized, so try if you want to. Once everything is cooked down, it's time to come in with a big old heaping spoonful of those blended vegetables. Mix it with your ground beef real good for about 2 to 3 minutes. You want the flavors to come together and marry. After a few minutes, you should start seeing the vegetables disappear into the meat, and that's exactly what you want. Hide them veggies, sis. Some non-onion eaters will never know. Now it's time to get that excess grease out your pan. Tilt your pan and get your paper towel and clean up all that grease. No colander needed. Cause who doing them dishes? Now some people like to let it cook all the way out, but I think that's burning your meat, so I don't do that. Look how pretty and juicy that is. Now it's time to start making the sauce. Go ahead and add those 4 cans of tomato sauce from earlier. Add in all 4 of them. It should be enough to cover up all of the ground meat. The goal is to still see most of the meat in the sauce. You do not want it swimming in the sauce, but just enough to cover it all, but still see chunks of it within the tomato sauce. Once you mix it up real good and get your sauce to meat ratio good to go, it's time to add in the seasonings. I'm going to add in a few big spoonfuls of those blended vegetables. Yeah, that much, it ain't that bad. And the same seasonings we use to season the meat. So Italian seasoning, yes, that much. Then some all-purpose seasoning, yes, that much. Remember, this is a big pot of pasta sauce, so it ain't that much. Then come in with a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper, and just as needed. This is a very big skillet and very deep, so stop side-eyeing me, okay? Now y'all finna get mad, but now it's time to add a few tablespoons of sugar. Yes, I said sugar. Sugar cuts down that acidity that tomato sauce has. If you don't add it, it will be very, very strong. Think about it like this. If they add salt and baked goods, why can't we add sugar and savory goods? Now mix it all together real good. You don't want chunks of seasoning within your sauce. It's gonna change colors, but that's okay. If you can't see the seasoning, baby, it ain't seasoned enough. Now cook it on medium low for 2 hours and be sure to put the top on unless you want pasta sauce covered walls. Now while that cooked, I blended my cheese the fast way by using my KitchenAid stand mixer. Trust me, I was done in 20 seconds. I blended up about 3 blocks of mozzarella cheese. Trust me when I say shredding your own cheese is 10 times better than buying it in the bag. After 2 hours or less, if you're a little impatient like me, your meat sauce should be done. But just so you know, the longer you cook it, the better it's going to come out. But if you're in a pinch for time, you can cook for about 30 minutes. The pasta sauce will have reduced down a little bit, but that's okay. You have enough. Now I'm going to get me a ladle, or you can use the big spoon to add your sauce to your pasta. Seeing as I only use 1 box of pasta, I did not want to oversaturate my pasta noodles, which is definitely possible, and I don't want my pasta swimming in my sauce. But if that's how you like it, baby, that's up to you. Go ahead and add a couple spoonfuls of the meat sauce and mix everything together and keep on doing that till you have enough meat to pasta ratio that you like to have. Ziti noodles have those nice big holes in it so you can get a lot of sauce and meat within those holes, no pause. Once you have enough meat sauce, go ahead and start adding in your cheese. Now this part is also up to you, but I love some cheesy baked ziti, so I definitely add a lot. I add a lot here and then I add more on top. Why? Because I'm grown. Now this part is a whole bunch of mixing with cheese and adding some more meat sauce because the cheese needed a little bit more love. And I'm doing all of this without it being on a hot stove. I'm just doing it right in the pan that I baked the noodles in, and I'm putting the sauce in fresh and hot, but I'm not heating none of this up because it's all going to bake in the oven. So that cheese that's in there, all that cheese right there is going to melt while it's in the oven. Yes, I added some more cheese because y'all already know, I'm going to say it, I'm grown. Once you add as much cheese and meat sauce as your heart desires, time to put it in a pan. Be sure to get you an oven-safe baking dish. No, you do not have to spray your pan down because the pasta sauce will make it not stick to the pan. And you also do not want to overfill your pasta dish because it can bubble over a little bit. And you do not want cheese and sauce at the bottom of your oven because it's going to make your whole house stink. Put another nice layer of cheese on top and spread it evenly. And baby, I like to lay it on thick. You hear me? Now we're going to bake this in the oven on 425 for at least 10 to 15 minutes. 425 helps the cheese on top melt faster without overcooking the inside. And after 15 minutes on 425, you get a nice, beautiful brown crust like this. And you got, boom, beautifully cheesy and meaty baked ziti. And it's giving very much main dish energy. You can have it with a side salad, some cheesy garlic bread, whatever you like. You will love it, the kids will love it, and everybody in your house gonna love it. Now, if you make this ziti, be sure to tag me because I love to see you guys' creations. Now, y'all already know I'm going to give us some more kid-friendly and family-friendly recipes all fall long. Oh yeah, my shirt is a whole mood because that's how I look at my food too. Taste test wise hot, and baby, it sure was good. Now y'all better make this. I love y'all. Alright, bye.